Easy days and sanguine nights. I'm not sure we need a 5-second countdown to start a video. But welcome back, adventurers. Two World of Factual Shadows. Say hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Greetings.
Last session, our first session, this is episode 2. Our characters have reached Nepal after a flight, settled into their safe house, began stretching their feelers into Kathmandu, the capital of Nepal at the moment. Some people found food that was not to their liking. Other people found a guru that was not to their liking, but still got them some useful information. There was conversations with the house that led to revelations of kind of nightmarish things happening. Men in black with masks, featureless, black as their uniforms. More information was found. Parties split up. A couple left to investigate the train station, where they discovered the train bringing supplies to the place they needed to attack. They decided to hitch a ride on the train. Meanwhile, some fortifications were done on the safe house. Some friendships were made with the spirit of the house itself. And your friendly neighborhood psychic weapon informed you that you were under attack, that there were hostiles incoming. And it was about that time, hiding on the last car of the train, some 4 miles up into the freezing mountains of the Himalayas. The door to the car with Gabriel Kraft and Peter Knight opened. Now, both of you are concealed supernaturally. Colt, I don't really need to see your YouTube page.
Do you still see it?
There's a
No.
delay.
Okay.
And nope,
Cool.
not anymore. That sidetracked me.
Me and Peter are both on the train, disguised.
Yes, the door opened to the caboose. 2 guards stepped in. You were both concealed supernaturally, not out in the open. So now we kind of settle back in here. You have moments on at both locations before the situations will pass beyond the point of you making choices.
Game, that ass. That shit was crazy.
So I'd like, because the guards coming into the caboose don't seem immediately aware, I am gonna throw us into initiative, but because they are unaware and the ones approaching the safe house are moving into position, I want a round of just discussing kind of what each of the characters is doing before I engage you with anything on my end.
So, briefly before that, I have an announcement.
Okay.
Alex Slytherin has followed us, and we have now achieved our goal of 240 followers. So
Yay!
Alex, thank you very much.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
Is that a little smiley reptile face? That's adorable. Yes, thank you very much. And yeah, go.
Thank you, RBG.
I unfortunately have squirrel brain and I lost my train of thought. Someone remind me what the last thing I said was.
You wanted us to
So,
also
yep.
conversations of before you
Yes.
engaged us.
So let's go ahead and jump on the encounter tracker. Put everyone's characters down here first. Boom, Connor. Edwards isn't here. Which stats are you using right now? Craft. Are you craft or alabaster?
It's previously agreed, unless he's in Brazil, Alabaster actually has majority control. Unless the situation warrants it to where Craft would be in, like, the better of the two, Alabaster will be in control.
Got it. Let's everyone please just give me an initiative check. And we'll maintain these initiatives if we get into combat. Alabaster.
Click on the character portrait on the screen. Remember, Colton, the one rolling through the sheet doesn't work.
Alabaster. You're first. The door opens. Two guards in sleek uniform, not as kind of disturbing like what is it? Happy Valley? Too real looking like the ones you saw in the memories. But they are still well maintained and kept uniforms. They're stepping into your train carriage.
I would like to do a perception intuition to see if they've actually gathered that there's somebody on the train that shouldn't be.
Give me a roll.
Does luck matter here? Or the unseen?
I think the unseen applies to this, yeah.
I'm going to also use willpower on this.
Do
I also have pass without a trace active, so I wouldn't give any specific signs that I'm here.
Sure.
There's ones. Okay. 4 successes.
With 4 successes, their vision passes right over the both of you, as though they do not perceive either you or Peter.
Or Murderfang.
Or Murderfang.
And then with that, I will actually not act, but I will try to get a... I'd like to do a perception empathy as well to figure out if they're here on the basis of expecting somebody else to be here, or if it's just a routine guard check.
I'll allow it, but you'll be at a -1 dice penalty, as this would be your second action for your turn.
Sounds good. Does the unseen or far sight apply?
I don't think so. Not for this.
Yay, 0 successes. Not a botch, though.
Because of their masks, what they are, demons are very good at understanding human emotion, but they have to be able to read that emotion somehow. And you cannot read these two.
So I know that they don't see us, but I don't know whether they were here on duty or direction.
Yeah, what they're doing.
Okay. I won't interact with them. I won't try to kill them or anything of the sort.
Oh shoot, I forgot to do the thing. Here, just... I made a train thing.
I had to turn that down.
Oh, my apologies.
No, you're fine.
It was up kind of high. I just wanted to play a steam engine sound. But now we go back to the safe house. Connor. Lieutenant Edwards has just informed you that you are being attacked. Soldiers are coming in from all sides. You have little time to act, but a small window, perhaps, to escape.
Connor will stare at Father Calloway and just eye him and just pose the question. So, are we going to make a quick getaway, or are we fighting like mad lads and taking them down with us?
We can't save anybody if we're dead or captured. We leave. Something doesn't feel right here, and until we know what, we can't fight to our full capabilities.
Sounds good. I made, hopefully some of the traps I set up will slow them down. But let us head out through, I guess there's a back, right?
So if
Or-
you out loud say that you want to retreat, the floor of the living room pops open and there's like a rug over it, like a Nepalese rug. And there's a little hatch underneath with stairs going down into a tunnel.
Oh, thank you. This would be most helpful. We'll be back to see you soon.
It was my honor to return the favor for the protections you have given me. Please, be safe. Do you boot scoot down the tunnel?
Yeah,
Connor heads down.
Boot, scoot, and boogie.
Alrighty. Now, I have one final person to ask. Soldiers have entered. They haven't done anything. They haven't seen yet. What's going on with Peter?
Has the door closed behind them?
Not yet, no.
And how close are they to me?
I'd say it's a pretty good sized train car, so probably 50 feet.
Okay. I would like to whisper to Murderfang and tell him to look and act like a pissed off cat and run screaming through that door.
It is a very childish thing of you to do. But respectable and understood.
I am 12 years old. I mean, you know, I'm trying to distract soldiers with a cat.
Okay. I'm gonna have Murderfang act on your turn. He slinks off. Quick, like any cat you've never seen before, because he's fully hidden from sight. But the glamour is released moments uh, before the Grimalkin cat uh, runs through and under one of the guard's legs, hissing and spitting. It climbs up his leg onto his shoulder and bounces off of his head, sending one of the guards careening off of the side of the train. As the other one screams in panic, and Grimalkin leaps up onto the top of the train car, one train ahead of you. While the one remaining soldier is freaking the fuck out, slams the door closed, and runs back into the carriage from the other side.
Good kitty.
And at some point, it reappeared next to Peter and is purring and cleaning blood off its claws. Just casually.
Okay, well, I'll pet him while he's cleaning.
Peter, an alabaster will return to Gabriel's form. What was that?
Father Calloway, I assume, is also outing.
Yeah, Father Calloway is dipping. Boot, scoot, and boogie.
Both groups evade combat for the time being. The tunnel leads down in a way to a river that is not fully frozen, just kind of trickling down the mountain. And to safety in the back alleys of Freak Street. So, with the immediate combat evaded, I'm going to go ahead and drop this encounter. Doot, doot, doot. And yeah, I'd love to finish the conversation now, I think, with Gabriel and Peter.
Everybody hates an angry cat. They're very distracting.
I'm very aware, but an angry cat that can kill a human outright is not an angry cat. It's a monster.
Yeah, but he didn't kill him. He just threw him off the train. And actually, the guy threw himself off the train.
I've seen the cat. It is not a cat.
Okay, it's a bigger cat, but it's still a cat.
Let me be clear. You can tell the Grimalkin is purring even through the rumble of the steam engine.
You have a monster of a familiar. But it was
I hear you.
also hidden, as was I and as was you. Why did it do what it did?
Because I told him to.
And why would you tell it to?
Because soldiers came in here on patrol, so I gave them something to find.
We are not supposed to be found.
Right, and we weren't. They couldn't see us. They saw my cat.
You are a stupid child. Oh, hush.
I didn't know that you'd hear that sound effect.
I did. And responded appropriately. And now they're going to be hunting your cat on this train because one of them got away.
Yes, and the last they saw of the cat, it was on the next car on the roof.
So you
It's
don't
no
think they
longer in
will
here.
you don't think they will do a thorough search of the train due to your intervening of things?
No,
Or do you think
I,
that is enough of a distraction that it was on the roof?
I think it's enough of a distraction that it was on the roof. I think they will look for it, and the one place they won't look for it is here, because clearly it left.
And why wouldn't it go back to someplace it thought it might be safe?
Because it's a cat and the door is closed.
If this was a normal train with normal conductors and no soldiers aboard, I would agree with you, but these people are hunting supernatural creatures.
Which is why I'd love
God damn it.
a check from someone.
I really
Stealth
like
or
perception intuition.
subterfuge. Yeah, that's great, but this is more like a stealth or a subterfuge or performance kind of dealio.
With stealth?
I don't know. What have you got, Peter? It was your familiar doing it.
I mean, I could do.
I'd also take an intimidation.
Yeah, I could do charisma subterfuge. I could do manipulation subterfuge. I could do wit subterfuge. You know, take your pick.
Let's do wit subterfuge. And I'm gonna make the difficulty on this 5 because the cat did what cats do, and what you're saying is true, and Grimalkin did that on purpose. Or Murderfang did that on purpose. He is a Grimalkin. Insane. Okay.
4 successes.
Yeah, they absolutely believe that the back compartment is now empty, that there was a cat in there, but because the one guy survived and saw the cat jump on the roof of the next train car, the cat is either going to a different train or was swept off by the wind. So they don't intend to search back here again. I
See,
shouldn't have told you that last part.
see, it
No,
worked,
you shouldn't
jerk.
have, because I still don't think it's true. My character wouldn't think it's true at all.
Yeah, and you don't have to, is what I'm saying. I shouldn't have said what the outcome was. my bad. Apologies. That's was the information.
Even if your plan works, it was foolish to give up the fact that something is here in the first place if we didn't have assurance that they knew we were here. Does that at least make sense to you?
I understand. I did what I did because there were two men about to search the car that we were in, and while your, staying concealed stuff may be, really strong, um, mine isn't. So, I mean, yeah, I'm quiet and I'm invisible right now, but it's weak.
Yes, but if I thought that it would have been a problem, I would have acted. And I would
So,
appreciate the
you're
minute
somehow
that it.
responsible for me?
According to Father Calloway, we are all in some manner responsible for you. But yes, you are also the son of my father's friend. I wouldn't just let you die.
Well,
Even though he's a dick.
you're not my real dad.
No, and I wouldn't be. You wouldn't have done that action if I were.
Tough talk.
You probably think that you're scary too.
Never mind, Peter. Foolhardy boys that grow up without their fathers think they make the best father figures.
Is this something out loud or in his mind?
That's just coming from the cat.
I really want to kill that cat. I've never thought I would say this out loud, but yep. It's a doable venture. He wasn't needed.
It's not my fault someone requested a fey familiar cat.
I hate it. I hate it so much with every fiber of my being. I hate everything Faye. Faye just sucks.
No, it doesn't. You're wrong in this.
Maybe.
Completely out of character, this is not something that Peter would actually say to you, but if you do try to kill my cat, I'll summon Godmother.
I didn't plan on actually trying to kill your cat. It's just a mental
That's
thought
good,
that
because
happened.
I will kill you with she.
Just practice discretion. If we're to actually do what we're doing now, it is advisable. The first thought that comes to your mind, you should think it over twice or thrice before acting on it. Is that at least agreeable to you? That's direction towards Peter.
And Peter is giving you silence.
So's the cat. He's batting at something on the ground.
An actual fucking child. He'll return back to his shadow form, and he'll actually go 2 cards forward.
Oh?
Yeah, he's not Gabriel right now.
Okay. Before we explore what that's happening, what's going on with that? we're gonna slide back to Kathmandu, back down the mountain a ways. You have just stepped out onto an alley. There is a fresh bit of snow beginning to fall as the evening wanes on. It's just the three of you. You had enough time to grab your supply packs that Second Life United supplied to you. Where are you going? What are you doing? What's the
Oh,
plan?
yeah. Plan.
So the rest of our party went to the train station, haven't been back. Do you think they got jumped as well?
I don't know if they've got jumped or. And Calloway stops at that thought, knowing what he sent with Peter, and is not happy. um, how to contact them? I guess we just head to the train yard and see if we can find them.
No. Though, should be careful. Could be more of them wandering about.
Could be. So we will be more careful.
The trip to the train station isn't over long. And it doesn't take much longer after your arrival for you to realize that your squad is nowhere to be found. There's no sign, no note, nothing. But a walkie-talkie in your backpack with a 5-mile radius.
Okay. Yeah. Father Calloway is gonna. But they could be stealthed and in trouble, but he's still gonna try. He's gonna try to reach out to Peter with the walkie-talkie.
Okay.
I don't
Standard
remember I don't remember Peter's call sign. I know we wrote them all
standard
down.
practice when there's possibility of people being in stealth is you just click the radio a couple times.
Yeah, so
You
I'll
give
just
them a chance to reply.
click. I'll do click, wait 3 seconds, click, wait 3 seconds, click again.
So now I feel like Peter would definitely have one of the standard supply packs, especially a radio. I don't know if it would be on or not, and I know definitely that Kraft has one, which is likely on, but does Alabaster ignore it? Gentlemen?
That's a great question. That depends on the atmosphere and the cart that I'm in.
Yeah, what happened?
Did the train go past 5 miles even? So it's within the radio
I'm
range?
I'm saying we can have like a brief conversation here between the party that has split before they are quite out of range of the walkie-talkie.
Oh, this is a gimme.
Yes, a little bit.
I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have no other way to get a hold of anybody because I don't quite have Mind 3, which would make this much easier.
Not much. You would need like Mind
Uh,
4 for this distance.
Mind 3 I can do telekinesis. I can contact you.
Telekinesis.
At a limited
It's not
telecommunication,
Telepathy.
telepathy. Yeah, telepathy I can just do.
it's still at a limited distance. That's the thing. Mind 4 is what gives you unlimited distance.
I mean, I can increase the signal range with some of my knocker abilities.
Yeah,
You certainly could.
Let me. Can I do a check to perceive the danger that of the cart that I'm in now, going up two of them?
Okay, we haven't actually gotten to you going into the next one up yet, is the thing.
Okay, cool.
When the clicks on the radio come.
Click, 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 click.
Master will answer irritatedly.
Peter would like to send back on train SOS.
In like Morse code.
Yes.
Oh, clicking the radio in
Yes,
Morse code.
Okay.
Okay. Father Calloway, being military, would know Morse code.
Yeah,
that's
that's
fair.
military from World War II specifically, so yes.
Okay.
You would also then assume that if they're using Morse code, they can't speak out loud?
Yes. So he would no longer contact them on the radio. The minute he gets the Morse code, he's gonna look at Connor. Okay. Our companions are in trouble and on a train.
Oh, that's what that racket was about. Okay.
Yeah. We got to get up the mountain.
Sans, can I do an intelligence investigation check to see if I can remember which train line it was?
Yeah.
Which track?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Two successes.
You remember the track number? You can tell them that pretty quick.
I will have Connor pinpoint back the track number that we were on when leaving.
Here's the rub. There's not going to be another train for a while. But the squad that came to get you must have a way up to the facility.
Time to hijack
And they've
some
been
cars.
taking people prisoner. Just an option.
Yeah, not an option I like.
You don't like getting purposefully captured?
No. Not on my to-do list. And
All right,
my
I'm
avatar.
just saying it's an option.
Yeah, and my avatar definitely wouldn't want the game.
No, absolutely not. This is the worst idea you've ever come up with.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop thinking about it.
Okay. But I need to go talk to a very old man. Connor, come with me. We have somebody to go talk to. And he audibly holds his head as he knows it's going to be a painful conversation.
Okay. Later away.
And the only reason I know that this is a possible option is because we had a psychic person lean into their face. I'm hoping he has correspondence of some kind.
You return to the temple shrine hideaway of Guru Manesh, member
Hello,
of the Akashic Brotherhood.
Hello, Manesh.
There are 2 cups of tea that are still kind of steaming with warmth, sitting out in front of him, in front of his 3rd cup of tea, as though he expected you. Father Calloway.
Hello, Manesh.
Come, warm yourself.
Thank you. This is my friend Connor.
Nice to
It
meet
is
you.
a pleasure.
Due to you had these teas set out, Manesh, I assume you know why I'm here.
I make it a point to not pry into the minds of others without their permission, except in the intent of harm meant to me. But I do sense that you are in need of help.
I am in indeed need of help. A young boy in my charge,
He looks at Connor.
different young boy,
young.
How old are you?
Old enough.
Old enough.
To make my way in
Same.
the world. And that's all that matters.
No, he just winks at you and says same.
Jesus.
Old
Um,
enough.
a younger boy I've been put in charge of, thought it best, with I only assume the quarksing of another person that was here with me earlier, to get on a train to go up to save people. And now that boy is in trouble, and I need your help to get to him. And normally, if it was the other one with that came in with me, after now knowing what I know, I would have left him to his own devices. Except now a child is involved, a powerful child, but a child nonetheless. And I find myself called to help him.
I cannot get you on their train. And I cannot
Okay.
get you past all of their protections. But I can get you within a mile of the facility.
That will do. And again, thank you.
Oh, no coercion? Is that what you meant to put?
Yes, there has been no coercing occurred. I did not do
Just a
anything
minute.
wrong.
Just a minute. I know that as a player. Callaway, on the other
Yeah,
hand.
no, you're part demon at the very least. He thinks you are the awful bad influence, not the sociopath child you following
Yeah, 100%.
with
Like,
the
it's,
murder cat.
yeah. I 100% know that it could be, as a player, that it's probably Peter's fault.
He'll learn. He'll learn. Nope.
But at the current moment, I don't know that.
Okay. Now, enjoy the chai. Breathe in eternity and serenity, and prepare yourselves to move through space, but not time.
He'll drink the tea. He looks at Connor to make sure that he will drink the tea.
Of course. Connor
And
adds something to the tea before drinking it.
of course
A
he
little bit of
does.
whiskey. I like it's kind of funny because he's discussing like Guru Manesh, he's Akashic Brotherhood that a lot of them follow a path of enlightenment. But what he's talking about to you, Connor, is just the world. Like mages interface with reality. Changelings often just kind of are. So you have no trouble doing the stuff he's talking about. Like, he's spent his entire life studying to do this thing that you just exist as. But is clearly getting a kick out of teasing the Christian
Yeah.
with his guruisms. Once you have found your center, we will move.
Yeah. Calloway will close his eyes, take a deep breath, and try to center himself with, again, not know how well that's gonna go with his avatar and him and what they believe in, but he's gonna try.
I will perform a traditional hymn to help you relax into the state required. And he just starts throat singing really loudly and obnoxiously.
Can I make a perception empathy roll to see if he's fucking with me?
Absolutely.
um, what's this difficulty?
Standard. Yeah.
Sounds
Look at all
good.
those successes.
7 successes.
Wow.
Yeah, I think the second he starts the throat singing, you just know he's been fucking with you the whole time. And
Okay.
as soon as he like clocks that realization on your face, you're just standing in the middle of a snowstorm on the frost and alpine covered mountainside of the Himalayas. You see a facility with lights and spotlights shining inside of its large fenced off area down, almost looking prison like on the side of the mountain, with a set of train tracks leading right up to it, maybe a mile down from where you are. You are higher up in the mountain than it is.
Perfect.
You as well, Connor.
Yeah.
Now, 3 hours behind you on the train tracks still.
Yeah. That tracks.
Yep.
That tracks.
Are we still exploring the other carriages? Carts. Train cars? Cars. They're called cars.
Yeah, but Alabaster's passed without a trace. He will go forward in the other carts and, while not disturbing things, try to investigate further on what they're delivering.
Yeah, that's great. Go ahead and give me a new dexterity stealth roll for moving between enclosed cars on a train. Doors opening, freezing cold air being let in. Your pass without trace prevents you from being noticed, but people sometimes notice when a door to the freezing cold and snowstorms slides open.
Okay, pass without trace makes it -2 difficulty.
Yes, absolutely.
Ooh, that's a good roll. I like it. 6 successes.
That is a great roll. Let me just... The guards have 60-10 to bound. Oh, wild. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 successes. Half as many. You are completely unnoticed. Just give me a little bit of info on how Alabaster moves up through the carts.
Basically, as he moves through, light tends to bend around the shadows.
Creepy.
Very creepy, super edgy, edgelord shit. But
You are playing a demon.
he will literally move through the shadows as if he is one. Some of them grow as he passes through, but unless you were like definitively paying attention, you wouldn't see it happen. The air kind of gets colder as he's around. If he was right next to you, you would probably breathe your air out visibly. But
Little Dementor like.
100% Dementor like. That's 100% what
Yeah.
I was going for. But overall, unless he actually wants you to know of his presence, it wouldn't be absurdly believable. Especially since we're sitting in a snowy ass mountain or going up one.
Yeah. Why would anyone ever notice the passing of a reaper? Why would anyone notice the comings and goings of death? It is what your kind has done for eons. You are APOC,
But
and you
yeah,
go unnoticed through one car full of crates of foodstuffs and provisions, which is the car that you were back in. The next car up is linens, like literally fresh linens, like
the
a
uniforms we'd seen
shipment of,
previously.
no, more like those that you would see being shipped to a medical facility, like
Ooh.
bed sheets and curtains and gowns.
Okay. And then the third cart?
The third cart has people in it. 2 people, one in a white lab coat with a clipboard. Her hair is done up in a very severe bun that looks like it is pulling her face up and back a little bit, kind of giving her face like a stretched look. Half moon spectacles. She kind of looks like she ate something nasty and never got the taste out of her mouth. While she clicks her tongue, doing inventory of what looks like a large amount of various chemicals and medicines.
Is the language that it's written in familiar to Alabaster, considering the previous memory?
Previous memory.
When he was staring into the viewport. I'm going to turn that off. I do not like that. What is that? What is playing right now?
The Nepal soundtrack.
The sounds of Nepal.
I don't like that at all.
It is classical Nepalese music from the 1960s.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
But we
stream,
are not.
I'm turning that off.
I can put on our 1960s playlist.
Please,
Let's go
please.
to Stop the War, the theme song for this campaign.
I like it.
That was for being in Kathmandu, and no one's in Kathmandu anymore.
Is there anything else notable in the card except for the lab tech and the chemicals? I guess no, actually, let me go back to my first question. Am I able to read what's on her clipboard? Or is it at least familiar to when I was doing my first oversight of the facility?
It is. It's a language you don't recognize. With its very uncomfortable symmetry and like character designs.
And I'm assuming all the chemicals are labeled the same way.
They are. Well, no, not all of them. Some of these were shipped from various places around the world. So some of them are in English, some are in Chinese, some are in Hindi. Lots of places for chemicals to come from. But this woman seems to have no issue reading any of the labels. And she is writing down and checking things off in that strange language.
Do I pull a Peter and just kill her?
That is not what Peter did. Not by a long shot.
Typical demons trying to make the little child the villain.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's be real. It was a little questionable, but really it was the milk that exacerbated things.
Exactly.
He wasn't told not to kill someone.
That's true. He was told
Yeah.
to distract, and he did an excellent job.
Yeah. He also didn't have to actually have them chase him. He just showed them that he ran and then bamped himself back into the car. So after the door was closed, they'll never know he got back in. Do you need a minute, Colton?
Yes.
Think about what you want to do?
Yes, I do.
Let's then move back to Peter. Are we doing anything? We waiting out the ride?
Peter would like to inspect his pack, and see if there's any food in there.
There are, in fact, several MREs.
Excellent. Is there one that has meat in it?
That is a question I have asked myself many times, and I have been assured that the answer is yes, but I am not always certain. It says there's meat.
There's
No,
always
I'd like.
meat.
I'd like to
Yeah,
open
there's the
one.
beef patty one. You get a beef patty one.
Okay, cool. I'll open that, and I'll give the beef patty to Murderfang, and then I'll eat the bread and the vegetables.
Honestly, if you put it between the like bread cracker things that come in them, it makes a nice little sandwich.
Right. Yeah. So that's what Peter's doing. Peter's hanging out in the back car, eating and feeding the cat.
Snacking. Super dry.
Wonderful. Heading up the frozen Himalayan mountains to the snowstorm, where we find Father Calloway and Connor O'Sullivan. Packs in hand. Your packs did come with cold weather gear if you want to bundle up and not freeze to death.
100%. And knowing that we definitely got here faster than any mortal train can.
Yeah, most certainly.
We're gonna find a place. Again, he said a mile from the base, so they'll probably track down just a little bit to keep the track in sight and wait for the train to till we start hearing signs of the train showing up.
Okay, so you want to try and intercept the train and then like hop off of it when it pulls into the facility?
Yeah, so I can only assume if Peter, knowing Morse code and sending the Morse code, Calloway would send back Morse code. We are near the base, waiting to intercept train. Which cart are you in?
Oh, yeah, so several hours pass before they're within range to respond.
Yeah. Again, he will do this periodically, because again, he doesn't know how far they are.
Yes. Would anyone like to do anything in those couple of hours? Or would we like to just jump to the train coming within range? Does anyone have anything they want to do?
Uh, what is the rule to try to thrall somebody as a demon?
Oh, okay. Is that what we're doing?
That what we're attempting?
I want to try it at least once in this campaign.
No, absolutely. So, when creating a thrall,
I used to have this memorized. I don't anymore.
yes, the demon reshapes the thrall's soul. I'll decide their faith potential. Cool. So I will say that you get a good sense of her faith immediately. It's 0.1.
So super low.
It is lower than any faith rating you've seen on a mortal before.
But that's something that you can fix through a conversation, right? Like
Sure.
if you give them a vision of what creation is. Yeah,
Absolutely. You can
that's what I'm
try to
saying,
tempt.
Chris, but
You can absolutely try to tempt. I'm just letting you know that you sense that there is the smallest seed of faith in her.
yep. So behind her, she will hear a whisper in her ear. And in a language that she knows, because I'll use translate, which is my demon power that lets me speak languages, and they can hear me, and I can hear them.
Of course.
What is it that you are actually seeking?
She pauses, her pen like in the middle of drawing one of those symbols on her clipboard, and raises her head, looks around. Harmony. Perfection spread across the universe.
And how do you actually think you will reach this ideal?
She's stock still for a moment. Her pen hasn't moved from the clipboard. We will reach this ideal through unity.
Is that
When the world
what they say?
is one.
And who will bring this unity?
She turns around slowly and looks directly in your direction. And kind of holds her clipboard up to her chest. She finally shifts. The New World Order will.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily call him that. The unity that you want, I can offer. a world where supernaturals and humans live together.
That sounds awful.
Why does it sound awful? Is it something that somebody had told you to think?
She takes one step closer, and reality begins to solidify.
Cool. I'm not a mage right now.
You're not a mage. That's true. Demon.
Yep. Oh, that was in character.
Fallen. Failed middle management.
An idealist is what most of us would think we are.
Of course, you tried to unionize and you lost.
We tried to express free will and we lost.
I don't see the difference.
What you are doing is an exact replica of what happened beforehand. You're doing something unexpected and people are interfering.
But we are winning.
That is a bold assumption.
Is it?
I would say so.
Tell me, when the one god cast you into prison for standing up to his rules, what did that feel like? How did that make you feel?
The first word that would come to mind is rejected.
She steps forward. Then why play by his rules any longer? He is an antiquated, archaic being, no longer necessary to the grand design.
You misunderstand. I don't play by his rules.
Of course you do. That is why you are still fallen.
I am still fallen because I wish to resurrect the one that truly means well for everyone. The same one who gave you a chance in the first place. The entire reason the Fallen exist.
Perceived debts to a spoiled brat with a daddy complex.
And at the end of the day, the only reason that you have the mentality to think in the first place.
So, if you can't tell, her beliefs are strong.
This is fine.
This
Breaking a true believer is even harder than, or breaking a non-believer entirely is harder than breaking a half-believer. But they are worth more in the end.
Could be. But I'm gonna need a roll.
Which role is that?
Well, that depends. Are you trying to match her in wits? Are you trying to coerce her beliefs, undermine them? Are you trying to gain her loyalty? Which attribute would you like to use? Wits, manipulation, charisma? Are you
Manipulation.
trying to seduce her?
I'm trying to manipulate her.
Okay. And expression, maybe? Empathy? Subterfuge?
I like empathy.
So you are trying
Audible
to
gasp.
appeal You're trying to appeal to her emotions coercively. So you are trying to draw out her emotional response to her and get her to doubt her paradigm.
Correct. Which effectively, if it works, even if she doesn't join me, it would also make her magic worse. So, yes.
Oh, she doesn't practice magic.
Now, paradigm loosely, I assume.
I see Justin giggling because he's figured it out.
It was kind of blatantly obvious when you said movable.
She's part of the
I mean,
technocracy. Gotcha.
exactly. Like,
God damn it.
Just a minute. The whole reason I knew when difficulty magic became 10 that it had to be a device.
Yeah.
They're turning us into magic.
Alright, so yeah, manipulation, empathy.
Batteries, actually.
Does persuasive
They're breaking you down with science. Persuasive, yes. You are trying an emotional appeal. Your difficulty for this is going to be 10, though.
I will use a willpower.
Okay.
Fucking heaven forbid I fail this one. Nope, I succeed. With one.
One success.
On a difficulty 10 is insane.
For now, until we can find a way to bring one of these batteries back to Walter.
So here's the thing.
I hate when you say that.
The grudging respect that she gives to your position in the grand hierarchy of the universe gets her to faith 1. Which is still a very low faith rating. She accepts that you were part of the original design, a part of the original machine. But divinity, as an abstract concept that can't be quantified, she will never believe.
It doesn't matter. I made her believe at least a little bit. It's enough to reap faith if I needed to.
If you can now convince her to be a thrall. But before we do that, I'd like to ask if there's anything anyone else would like to do. Hanging out, waiting for the train to get closer.
Yep.
You eating pie?
No, it's rice, broccoli, and beef.
Ah, okay.
Like,
It's good.
I think it's just the bowl design.
It's the bowl design that makes it look like
Yeah,
pie.
it looked like a little pie, like a
No,
little
no, no,
personal
no.
pie.
I thought the same thing when I looked at it until he started describing it. I'm like, that's not necessarily pie
Nope.
flavor.
Nope, it's not a pie
I
flavored
mean,
pie.
it's a great macro meal. I know you've been working out.
Yeah.
Yep.
do I want to build a device to latch onto a moving train?
Do you wanna build a snowman?
Or because we're ahead of the train, right?
Yes.
I mean, this is actually a very important question. Do you want to build a snowman that is living?
You could.
That will catapult
As a
us
fae,
to the
that's something
train.
you definitely could do.
Oh, that's something with... If he can't do, Life 4 can.
You wouldn't even really need life for it. You just need matter,
Yeah.
and a little bit of life to animate it. You're not giving it true life. You're making a construct. It's a snow and ice golem.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
So, Father Calloway, are we merely waiting on this train to pass by, or shall we get on it?
If you've got a way to get on it, I'm not opposed to doing so.
Uh,
That might be our only infiltration through security. Note that after that, stealth is kind of out the window. He looks at himself. The old body isn't as good as it used to be.
I can certainly try to rig something up.
Well, why don't you go ahead and try?
Okay, but I grab my duffel bag of random junk and items and different materials and
Yeah.
stones and gems and just weird oddities, and
Okay.
he'll start gathering some pieces together to try to build ooh, possibly some kind of grappling hook that will
Did you hear something?
reach and bind, and
Get that.
we'll also some thing to harness us to it, to have us pull towards it. And at
Okay.
the end of the hook, I will use my glamour or the cantrip nickname. Let's call the end like something like friend seeker.
Friend seeker.
Yeah,
So this is
I'll
gonna be
focus
like a
on.
grappling line attached to harnesses that will mechanically reel you onto the train.
Yeah, the reeling part is mechanical. The grapple hook part will be pulled towards intended target, which is our friends, hopefully, which happens to be on the
Outstanding.
train. Yeah. So I'll nickname the end friend seeker or something. Friend finder.
I love it. Give me a. It's gonna be some props. Uh, props and a little actor. I think if you've got it.
A little bit. Two for personal contacts. Actor. And to make it bit to try to lower the difficulty as my bunk, can I include their given names, Peter and Kraft?
Yes, I dig
Okay.
that. Use their names, the names you know, to pull yourself towards them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, come on, roll.
Okay. So how much difficulty would that drop? Currently, it's
We're gonna call this a difficulty of you're doing it in a short period of time. You got to rig up harnesses and a mechanical reeling device. We're gonna call this difficulty of 8 to start. -1 from the bunk brings us to 7.
okay. That'll be actor prop. Oh, one success.
One success is still enough.
Yeah. I think I
You
got
are
something, Callaway. Might be doable.
you are very convinced though that the leather for the harness that you're using isn't the best leather you could be doing or using. You know, there's always a flaw in one of your inventions. You can't unsee it. It could be better.
Yeah, he definitely spits in the floor after double checking, but he has to make do with what he has right now.
Yep, it's serviceable. You wouldn't try to sell it. Father Calloway, you see him rig together a pulley contraption with a spear launcher and harnesses in a couple of hours.
You sure this is safe, Connor?
Oh, as long as they're in the train, it should be safe. If any of them are outside, it might punch right through them.
Oh, okay. Uh, and if it punches through them, I think I can fix them. All
I
right.
had to bind to something.
Yeah, that's
Don't
fair.
quite know what that train is.
Fair.
Okay. Anything for Peter?
Now, after feeding the cat, Peter will clean up the mess and continue hiding with the cat.
Yes, there is a nap that happens after eating, and then maybe some zoomies.
Definitely zoomies.
One of the wooden boxes gets some claw marks on it. Several of the bags are torn open. There was a cat in here after all. They'll never know the difference.
Yeah, that's fair. That's 100% fair. They will not know the difference.
It straight starts like rolling an onion across the floor and playing with it.
I hate to beg to differ, but you keep saying cat like it's not a little mountain lion in a cat's body. So, yes,
It was cat
claw
formed.
marks into a bag of whatever food by
No,
that
no.
monstrosity. It would not be normal.
It's house cat size right now. It's house cat size.
Glamour does great things.
Uh-huh.
Glamour does great things.
So, sliding back to the conversation with the technocrat. And what are you here to offer, demon? What can the old world offer the new?
What you call a new world, I call a repeat.
Once the world is cleansed of the disease of those who think magic a thing of wonder and awe and not science and the rule of the cosmos.
Can I do a perception empathy on her real quick?
Sure.
Just to see if I've swayed her at all in general. Unseen apply?
I will say yes to this.
7 successes.
You're a demon, or at least part of you is a demon. And you've seen humans be brainwashed. You've seen things like Stockholm Syndrome, sleeper agent training. All of this is stuff that demons are familiar with. The level of programming that was done to this woman is on a wholly different level than what the rest of the world practices. She believes in what you are, that you were a demon, that you were once an angel. But for her, that basically means that you were a mechanical engineer on the creation, on the engine of creation, when God slash the divine being started his experiment. And she now believes that their kind have evolved to the point where it is their will and right to take control of the experiment, since God is absent.
As much as you may talk, it quite seems that me and you think more alike than you would like to admit.
She quirks an eyebrow.
What you call a system, I call creation. And your disagreements with this system is the same that I have with that of creation. And what aspect can you tell me we think any differently? You trade one word for another, and in fact, we think exactly the same.
I need one more social roll from you.
Which one is that?
You tell me. Are you being honest? Are you manipulating? Are you being charismatic?
I'd like to
What
say I'm
is
being
your intent
charismatic, but
here?
I'd like to just RP it instead of roll it, because that's not a great roll.
But them's the breaks of playing characters certain ways. I like your RP, so you're getting a roll. That was clever. That was a nice avenue to push.
I'll do charisma intuition.
I like it. It's appropriate.
And luck apply.
Yes. A little luck will go a long way here.
I'm gonna use willpower on this one too. Standard difficulty.
Difficulty 7 to start.
Yay!
It's lower than it was before.
3 successes.
You are proposing a symbiotic relationship between the two of us to enhance both of our powers and give me greater access to the secrets of the universe.
No. That is not something I can offer. I've already offered it to another. He also had ideals similar to what we share.
Colton, that's actually exactly what you can do with a thrall.
Oh,
They become a thrall.
so yes.
Yes. I'm sitting here just nodding my head.
I didn't know that. I thought the symbiotic relationship was between me and Colt, not.
No,
So-
you're not offering to possess. You're offering to basically use their faith potential to realign them. Basically, you can increase their intelligence, and we can go over like I didn't have a character sheet for this chick. I didn't think you were going to interact with her. This is all fucking ad lib.
I love Adlib.
Yeah.
Adlib's the best.
So, demons have two forms of symbiotic relationship. The one they
Yeah.
possess, and falls that they're draining faith from.
Yes, I can offer you things. In turn, you, at minimum, believe in me.
Belief in an individual's capabilities is far more of a cohesive foundation and lifestyle than belief in an almighty being.
Well, hopefully in time you will come to believe it just as I do.
That you are
Something-
an almighty being?
No. That there is one in general.
I believe there is a being that calls itself almighty.
And me standing here in front of you is proof that they exist.
And me standing here in front of you is proof that my control over reality is greater than any of those who follow in your faith. So, respectfully, I don't think I'm going to budge on that end. But I am interested in your capabilities to broaden my abilities to interact with the engine of creation. what would you require in return?
Your cooperation in my dealings within the next 10 days.
In the next 10 days. Which means you require me for something. You have some sort of plan you wish to enact in that time. You will require my full cooperation?
For 10 days. And with that, with your faith in me, I will help you.
So long as my assistance does not directly endanger my life.
I do not believe it will directly endanger your life.
I will determine what directly endangers my life. If you wish to simply use me over the next 10 days, you have little reason to respect what happens to me after that time has passed. So there must be stipulations upon this deal.
You fail to understand the worth of a soul that
I don't believe I
ventures
have that.
forth and chooses to believe in something within an hour. You are worth more than you believe.
No, I believe myself worth a great deal, which is why I am negotiating for my value.
That is...
This is not a self-confidence you see in people. Not in the 1960s.
I do think you're worth more than you actually are.
Ah, and there it is.
You have room to grow.
I have empirical data backing up what I am worth. You have an opinion based off of the last 5 minutes of conversation. I have a lifetime of accomplishments and achievements helping bring unity to the world.
Your lifetime is limited.
Are you offering
Eons.
me immortality?
He's actually gonna look sad at that question. Is that honestly something you would want?
No.
Good. It is a never-ending nightmare.
I understand this, and I am willing to deal for a period of 10 days.
I will not explain further what I need, and I will not put your life in immediate danger.
That is all I ask for our deal. And should you violate the deal, I will retain all benefits that I achieve through this contract, while you then will receive nothing.
Well, then, for the deal, you will allow me and a few others to infiltrate whatever site it is you have going on.
Acceptable. I will do everything in my power to help you so long as it does not hinder me, my advancement, or place me in danger. And for 10 days, I will do everything in my power to aid you in any way I can.
The last car on this train, you will do everything in your power to make sure it does not get searched. What do you want for this deal?
She starts listing off a just enormous number of differences to her biochemical makeup that she would like to make, brain patterns and designs. She has a faith potential of 3. So there are a number of attributes you can give her for that.
I will increase her intelligence by 1. And should everything go well, we'll promise to increase it by 2.
You only get to remold a soul once at the ceiling of the contract. You don't get to hold rewards over their heads. You have to play fair. That's the deal.
Okay, intelligence of 2. I'll increase her intelligence by 2.
Hold on, let me see.
I think the only demons that can hold the rewards over their heads are actually devils. Because
Yes,
they're the master of the contract.
that is what they do. Yeah.
Yep. I am familiar with the demon book.
I am not, but I'm enjoying it so far.
So you have 3 faith points to spend on her, and she basically wants 2 intelligence, 1 stamina.
That is a fair deal.
For 10 days.
10 days is far more than enough to do our operation.
Deal. I will spend 3 faith for it.
How do we seal it? Is there a contract to sign?
With that, he'll rip off a piece of his cloth and tie it around her wrist. It'll leave a bruise.
Come again?
Yeah, no, with a Reaper, it's going to leave a bruise. When he places the cloth around her wrist and ties it, the cloth fades, but a bruise happens.
Colton,
What?
there are 2 ways to make a deal.
Yeah, I'm making a third.
Sign a contract or handshake.
Nope, making a third.
Okay.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, no, that's...
Tying a bit of your Reaper cloak to your thrall is hardcore and on theme.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, I like it.
I look forward to working with you, Alistair.
To another contract after this one succeeds.
Her name is Patricia Rio. Patricia Rio.
And after that,
Random inventory lady that is now a full NPC.
That's fine. I have to put
How
that
often
in my
do we do
thralls. A lot.
Enough that I'm getting better at randomly generating NPCs.
That's fair.
Me specifically, a lot.
It's just more practice now.
Yeah. Does Alistair return to the back cart with Peter?
He does.
Excellent. The rest of the 2 hours pass. The train comes into range. The Morse code message starts clicking on the radio. What are you saying, Calloway and Connor, to your companions on the train?
Which train card are you on? We have a way onto the train.
We're in the back car, filled with foodstuffs.
Do not go outside.
Good point.
I remember what Connor told me.
Without Alistair, we'll change back into the form of Colt. Or not Colt, Gabriel.
Yeah, anything happened between Gabriel and Peter for like the last 45 minutes of your ride?
He will kind of fill in Peter that this last cart should be secure to extreme circumstances to be ready to fight if we need to. But other than that, remain hidden, remain quiet. If somebody looks into the cart, don't attack them. Yeah.
Any response from Peter?
Peter and the Malk again greet you with silence.
Also, the cart is thrashed.
You playing a child will get us all killed. It's gonna be fun.
Not necessarily. We'll see.
Oh yeah, just a minute. Just remember, if you get close to death, I can bring you back.
So something that I'd like to point out about Fae in general, or mortals close to the Fae, silence can generally be taken as assent.
Oh, okay. Acceptance.
Could be.
Or deference.
Hard to say.
It's unacknowledged, fine.
Yeah.
But would
So
Gabriel know that?
I feel like Alistair might.
Alistair might.
Intelligence occult, which he is Alistair right now.
Give me a roll. Demons and Fae don't exactly get along.
No, they don't.
One success.
Something about both being primal beings. Kind of.
Yeah. Demons so full of banality, trauma, delicious dreams. The Malk licks his lips looking at Alabaster.
Kill that cat. No.
Yeah, you probably understand that as a Fae custom. You got a success.
So we
Morse
wait
code
for the
message.
others.
The Morse code message comes across the radio. Don't be outside. What car are you in? Is there anything else you'd like to convey to one another?
I would ask Peter to convey that the last cart is the only cart to go to.
And Peter will send that message.
Excellent.
While still not saying a damn thing to Gabriel.
All right,
So-
Connor, you sure this thing's gonna work?
Oh, of course. I don't often make things that goes really wrong.
Calloway gets into this harness, and know that he was perfectly fine on jumping out of a plane, jumping onto a moving tray with a contraption that he assumes has no testing beforehand.
Absolutely none.
is a totally different ballgame for Calloway.
Now, you made it seeking your friends' names. Glorious. I would still like a Dex firearms roll from you. Your difficulty is going to be reduced by 2 from 7, so your base difficulty for this is going to be 5.
And you want it from both of us?
Nope, just from Connor,
Okay.
because it's one rope attached to the both of you.
It's a difficulty 7
It's a difficulty 5,
or 5. Okay.
because you bunked their names and made the harpoon seek them.
Okay. Are you ready? I see it coming by.
Calloway audibly makes a prayer, being of true faith, and goes, "Yep, let's go."
Let's get this shite going. As I pull the lever
Oh,
mechanism. Okay.
oh!
Okay. Okay. All right.
7
The two of you are sitting in your cart full of food. It's kind of torn up, and some of the bags have been shredded. There's like lentil beans spilled out on the floor. There's a little pile of rice over there. Whose name do you speak first in your bunk?
Probably Peter first.
Okay, all right. Now, did the two of you stand near each other in the car, or is there like distance between you?
I think with current tensions, it would be safe to say that we're not next to each other.
Yeah. Peter would sit where he's sitting, and if Gabriel's not going to be near Peter, Peter is going to be just fine with that.
Yeah. There is the horrible sound of metal being rent open, and a bolt head sticking through the wall of the train, like half an inch above Peter's head where he's sitting. The grapple is launched. The rope is spiraling. You click on the machine to start reeling you in. The train fully passes you by. You still have some space of rope still being reeled in. So for like 30 feet, you are flapping in the wind as you are being drawn up to the train. Can I get Dex Athletics from all of you, from the two of you, to not get drugged behind the train in a painful way?
What's the difficulty?
This is going to be a standard difficulty, I think.
Okay, Dex Athletics.
Yeah.
Calloway got 2 successes.
3 successes.
Amazing. You get pulled, you get your feet running underneath you, you're not dragged and seriously injured on the train tracks before the ropes fully reel you in onto the back and you can climb onto the balcony.
The minute on the back of the train, Calloway will unhook the harness.
Oh. Didn't expect to go that well. That's a surprise.
You're what? Never mind that. Calloway will slightly open the back door, and peek through. Peter, you here?
Peter will point at the spear that's an inch above his head and hiss at you.
That was not my doing.
There's also a cat hissing at the door.
Not my doing. Talk to the other one that comes through the door.
It was quite
It was
effective.
7 successes. It was a beautiful shot. It was perfectly close without endangering Peter at all. It was shooting an apple off someone's head, but with a harpoon attached to harnesses that latched you onto a moving train.
Can I ask, are one of you capable of repairing the train back to what it should be?
Of course.
I repair people.
I think the knockers got the train repair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
fix it. Yeah, they just have to fix about
Yeah,
anything
as you
and
guys
are
kind
more
of
mundane.
gather amongst one another in the final cart of this train, minutes from pulling into this base that you have been searching for, we're gonna go ahead and take our break here. Bum,
Cool.
bum, bum. Be back in 10 minutes, everyone.
Back in 10 minutes.
Well, see.
I have to pee so bad.
2, 1.
Let's cut our countdown from 5 to 3, please, Colton. 5 is too much.
I like 5.
3 shall be the number in of thy counting, and the
No
number
more,
thou shalt count is 3.
no less.
5 is right out.
I will
2
continue
is
to
not
do
the number
5.
that 2 is
You
not the
should-
number that you shall count, nor 4. 5 is right out.
Ah! Vampires! Hello, Vancouver.
Hi,
You shall-
Vancouver by night.
You shall now count to 2 unless on your way to 3.
But unfortunately, this is the one that doesn't have vampires in it. No one played a vampire this time, but there will be some vampires. We return, our group now having fully gathered onto the caboose of this train through the Himalayas. You are pulling into the facility where you know supernaturals have been taken. You now have a pseudo mole on the inside who's going to keep the caboose from being inspected for the time being. And you are all together once more and can now formulate a plan of what to do and where to go from here. You do have the basic architectural schematic layouts. You don't have labels on what the rooms are or anything like that, but you can look at them and make a plan real quick in the next few minutes if you like.
Alright. So, jumping on this train, what was your guys' plan? Second of all, what's the plan now?
My plan was to get on the train and find out where it went, and then tell you so you could catch up.
Okay. Not a bad plan. But I would have liked a little bit of communication beforehand of, hey, we're going.
Well,
But
we're all
I'm
here
not going to
now. I wouldn't
Yeah,
dwell
exactly.
on it.
I'm not going to. What's the plan now that we're here? Anybody got any ideas? I can tell you that when they tried to raid the house, they made magic real difficult.
Could be problematic. I've gotten the help of another. As long as we stay in this cart, we should not be found instantly. I would still take care and hide yourselves.
Okie dokie. He looks around. There's not a lot I can do to hide myself. Now, if you've got a picture of maybe what the soldiers look like, I could do something.
I'm gonna look over to the cat. Do you remember what that last one that you threw off the train looked like?
I don't remember throwing anyone from the train.
It does talk. Damn it.
I remember using a servant as a springboard and he lost his balance.
Do you remember what the servant looked like?
He was masked.
Well, do explain to father.
Not my father.
Chris, you
think
asked
he
me
meant
why I
more
hate
my-
Faye. This is why I hate Faye.
I think he was more referring to my title, but I understand where you come from. If the Malk can give me a definition even with the mask, I will attempt a life effect.
Murderfang looks at Peter. What do I get for this?
I'll pull out of my bag my meat steak, MRE, and I'll throw it down at the cat.
Ugh.
I guess you get fed again. Doesn't seem like much.
More of the peasant fare.
What I've got.
I don't know what you all expected. Someone brought in a cat familiar, but it wasn't just a cat familiar, it's a Malk familiar.
Yeah, I get that. I
Statement,
don't have a problem.
statement never changed. I
Don't-
still hate Faye.
I
I
don't
will
have a problem.
accept your poor person food, and if you make silly voices and say pss, 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 pss.
He'll do that. He is not above doing that.
I'm entertained. Yeah, it describes
Cool.
them.
I would like to do a life 2 effect of a cosmetic alteration to look like this guard.
Sorry, say that one more time. I think I lost connection for a sec.
I would like to do a life 2 cosmetic alteration to look like this guard in his mask. To myself.
Oh, he doesn't know what the dude on the other side of the mask looks like. He can describe the mask and the uniform that he was.
Okay. So I gotta get. Never mind then. That's not gonna work the way I wanted to.
I mean, it's a disguise. You'd be wearing a mask.
That's fair. I would just need to get a uniform. I might do that if we find a uniform. Otherwise, yeah, I have no way to disguise myself. But he will keep that information in his mind to use it for if we can find spare uniforms and stuff. So it was still worth it in his eyes to make the funny sounds and get the description.
Yeah.
So, for us that don't have the ability to hide them oneself, what's the plan?
Stay in this carriage, and when it stops and the inspections stop, reassess.
Well, if we were getting close to the thing, that will be probably within the next 10 minutes. So we gotta make a plan before that.
And what is your suggestion, other than what I just stated?
I'm not saying that your plan isn't a bad one, but we're going to need to be able to move the minute this thing stops. Yes, I understand that you have some money on the inside, which we will talk about later if the need arises. But they can't prevent them from searching this cart forever.
No, but moving immediately after it stops would just cause issue of its own.
Well, due to this is the food cart, as he looks around at the mess the milk has definitely made. This is going to be one of probably the few carts they want to search first and unload. An army runs on its stomach.
Give her time to execute the task, and if she fails, then we act.
Okay. He'll lean up against the corner of the train near the front door, the one that's connected to other parts of the train.
Staying hidden was also part of that plan, even in the cart.
Yeah, what stealth? Probably wasn't part of a stealth unit.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm just patching up this hole.
Yeah, you patch it up. It's fine. You push the harpoon. You pull the harpoon through because you can't push it out because it had to actually like stick in. Uh, hammer it down, smooth it out a little.
I probably also scratch out the nickname because it probably will try to pull towards either Colt or Peter. Like,
Yeah. He pulls the harpoon into the car and it jumps straight the fucking Colton's or in Peter's direction.
oh, sorry about that. It's a little wild, this one.
Like it bugs. It tries to go for you.
How close did it get?
I mean, it gets several more inches closer to you. It's like a jump. It doesn't have its momentum anymore, really.
Okay, so I don't need to parry it.
No.
Harry, this is filthy casual.
All right. Well, Peter is going to put on his warm clothes.
That seems fair.
And then recast my invisibility thing.
So the enchantment, are you trying to reinforce it, make it better, do it from scratch?
I'm trying to have it adapt to the warm clothes that I put on. You know, because now
So just adjust.
exactly, I'm now different, so I wanted to adjust to that.
Okay. We don't need to have a roll for that. You can just have that.
Okay.
So the plan is to reassess once the train has pulled in and you have a better view of the inside, correct?
I believe that's what the plan was.
Then let's say a few more minutes pass. The train begins to slow. It's a few more minutes after that that it comes to a full and complete stop. You hear people pass outside shouting in it's kind of English. You can understand a number of the words, but it's clearly a different enough dialect that it's hard to fully grasp everything that they mean, but they are communicating about movement. Patrols go past your car down towards the front line, and you know that they will not be back for several minutes. They were warned away from these back carriages as there was some sort of monster cat on the loose that knocked someone to their death, and they want to make sure it's fully gone before they go into those cars again. You understand enough of their language to get the whole story, and some people are dubious, but they leave the back two cars alone. You have a few minutes to poke your heads out, maybe, and look-see-loo. So what's up?
I'd like to sneak out the back with my cat and go take a look at the building.
Excellent. One person is getting out of the car. The door opens. Give me a stealth check. You are invisible to sight.
9 successes.
Truly insane. Peter, you are so good at stealth that you see like where there are rocks in the snow, and you Did you ever play like rock jump when you were a kid? Like found a field of rocks near like a river or something and jumped from one rock to another?
And that keeps you from leaving footprints in the snow. Yeah, I'm quite
Yeah.
familiar.
Yeah. So you go happy skipping away, not leaving any fucking trace of your presence anywhere. Nine fucking successes. Okay. With cat-like balance. Yeah. All right. All right. That broke my brain a little. Hold on. Reassessing. All right. Anyone else leaving?
Um,
The door opens and Peter goes.
hey, well, I don't really know what to do. So, I have an idea, but that would require me to catch a guard when he's not paying attention.
Sure. I am just saying that perhaps the times of planning may have run out, for Peter has left into the compound.
Yeah, I understand. That's why I'm gonna try to find a guard on his own and sneak up on him.
So you're gonna get off the car and go farther down the train where the guards went.
I'm gonna cut to the side. I'm not going to those guards that I know that went that way, because they're not gonna be looking back. I'm gonna like sneak off to the side and find a guard inside somewhere that's alone.
Okay. For now, I just need to know that you're also getting off the car.
Yes, because we can't stay here anymore. That's the plan of sticking here and making a plan is gone.
That doesn't mean that you guys don't have the choice to stay here and try to make a plan amongst yourselves.
I
You have that agency.
Yeah, I also feel responsible for my
Sure.
military leader's son.
Are you trying to be stealthy in your movements? Or do you strongman down into the snow, heavy boot first?
Could I attempt a dexterity survival to like hop between footprint and footprint of soldiers that have been walking in the snow already?
Acceptable.
Woo! Difficulty.
We're gonna call this a base difficulty of 7.
Sounds very fair.
Look at those 7s. That's one success. That's generally more than enough. You don't leave any marks that would arouse suspicion.
Woo, military training. Let's go.
How about the other 2 in the car? We staying and talking? We jumping into action?
Well, Connor, I thought I made it plenty clear this cart would be safe for
And I believe so.
some
but
time.
It seems like the rest of the group got other ideas.
As Calloway left, he sounded frustrated that Peter left.
I was thinking of snooping around in the radio frequencies, but might be a bit too undefended now. Just us 2 here.
Let Calloway deal with the boy. I will do my best to protect you in these circumstances. I do not think it wise both of us leave this cart at the moment.
Right, Did it all get started?
day to go. But Lieutenant Edwards, I think, who is here with you, would not let Peter go alone, more than likely. So we'll go with Team Snow. And I will, at the very least, say is not a hindrance. Oh, he has great deck stealth, actually. He was a Black Ops soldier or something.
It's a government experiment. Lots of sneaky, shady training, I guess. Don't know what
Cool.
that
He
is.
got 5 successes,
Okay.
so he's not quite like Peter and the Grimalkin Fae, but he's still, you know, a world-ranked soldier in his craft. So, Peter, you're first out. The facility is, I'm gonna say, archetypical of evil villain layers. You know, it's very sleek, it's very symmetrical, it's very neat and tidy and modern looking. There are massive glass walls on sides of this building. In this this environment, it's ridiculous. So much money and effort was put into this facility for its remote location. It might actually be upsetting. But there's a front door, a set of double glass doors. But there's also loading bays farther on down. You have to get closer to see through the glass on what's going on. There are 2 stories on the surface that you can see. It's probably 60 feet tall at its tallest point. From the outside shape, it would be like an amphitheater kind of area.
I would like to investigate the loading docks.
Excellent. Well, Father Calloway, Peter has set off. I suppose my question
I mean, Peter is
actually,
invisible still.
yes, that was my question, is if Father Calloway could find Peter. Give me perception alertness.
Okay. Question to that. Due to
Ooh.
he may be invisible, but his life signs are. Could I use a life effect to help?
You may absolutely roll your arete to detect life signs. What's that look like as you do it? Base difficulty 10.
Yeah. I figured as much here. I will use a willpower to do this. What it looks like, while he's doing this is, he closes his eyes for a second, says a slight prayer, and only one eye opens, and it is like golden angel looking. It is effectively Raphael, like entering his eye. One success.
That is just enough to sense life signs in your immediate. Your sphere of power is limited.
Yeah, I figured as much here.
You sense him moving off that direction very quickly and without disturbing the environment at all.
Okie dokie. I would like to know the direction he's going, and knowing that he is going into the heart of the lion's den. I'm going to try to find a soldier out here on this, like, outskirts on a smoke break or something that nobody's gonna, like, be looking at. And I would like to attempt to knock him out and steal his uniform.
Okay. How are you attempting to knock him out?
I am gonna do the, go to sleep chokehold.
Okay. I'm going to need a stealth check to sneak up on him if you're gonna physically grapple him.
That's where the problem is going to happen. I have increased the difficulty, but what is the base difficulty? I should ask.
It's gonna be a standard difficulty because it's
Okay.
mundane stealth.
And then it's going to be 2 higher because I have no points in stealth.
Only one higher.
Is it only 1 higher?
It's only one higher. You basically just roll dexterity, and the difficulty is going to be 7.
Okay. Thank you. 2 successes.
All right. So here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
He also got 2 successes.
Okay.
He spots you as you move in to attack. I will give you 1 opportunity to get him into a chokehold and prevent him from calling out.
So when he notices me, yeah, I'll do the chokehold over rolling against a difficulty 10 because I would just try to put him to sleep. But I know magic right now is not.
You want to just life him to sleep?
Yeah, I was gonna, but I know magic right now is not great, and Callaway now has a mission to figure out why. So I'll just do the dexterity brawl, like just quick jump on him. And I will use a willpower. What is the difficulty?
Oh, it's going to be a standard difficulty.
Okay. 6 successes.
Nice roll.
Insane. Oh. So he botches.
Ooh!
So he is so fucking startled by this old man coming out of the snowstorm, that whatever you would like to happen will happen here because he botched and you got 6 successes.
Alright, so yeah, he gets
And
him.
he's a human.
Yeah, he gets him in a chokehold, and the guy doesn't, again, not expecting this buff-ass grandpa out of nowhere, just, like, puts him to sleep in a few seconds. I would then like to...
But why, Santa?
Then I would like to take his clothes, and then just bury him in the snow right where I literally dropped him.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
They're the bad guys, and he is a
Yeah.
soldier.
Yeah. Fully unconscious without any warrior buried in snow. He's going to be dead in like an hour.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very peaceful death because he's unconscious. Were you on the path of humanity, though? I would have a question for you.
Yeah, but I'm a mage.
But you're a mage.
As he finishes putting on his thing, he'll say a slight prayer to the guy because he knows he's not gonna make it. He knows life signs. He's not gonna make it.
Yeah.
And is now going to head towards the same direction as Peter,
Yeah.
disguised as one of these soldiers.
Amazing. The two of you advance towards the facility. Before we reach it, and we are going to reach it, I'd like to slip back to the caboose, where Alabaster and Connor remain with plans of their own. What are they?
At this point, just kind of waiting for insert thrall name here. I wrote it down. Thank God I wrote it down. I'm waiting for Patricia to come back and give me a sign that the coast is clear for us to leave.
Did you instruct her that that's what you wanted?
Instructed her to keep people away from the back carriage, which would insinuate that I would be there.
Yes.
So no, I did not directly tell her I wanted her to come get me. Okay. But to that point, since she is a thrall,
You can summon her, in fact.
oh, the mouth of the damned,
Or
I
communicate with her, yes.
can control her if I wanted to.
You can certainly try.
But yes, I would summon her.
Hey, making a pact with a mage, even a technocratic mage, is dangerous for the demon. And often not to be undertaken lightly.
So you said you got an ally of sorts?
Well, I am summoning her as we speak.
Ooh. I would like to see her radio for a bit, if she's amenable.
Sure, we could have something happen.
The door will open at this moment, and the previously described woman in the dark black lab coat, slicked back hair, tight bun, fugly ass glasses and clipboard steps on. She has permanent, like, middle management HR face. You called.
I need access to your communications room.
Interesting. I have clearance for that. But they'll know if my clearance is used. This could be dangerous for me.
Identify another whose clearance I could use.
Acceptable. My rival, Marcus. He's up for the same promotion that I am, and I would credited this works for me. She's just fully saying this in front of you, Connor.
Well, you're a straight-laced one, aren't you?
Oh, a wildling.
He, just as you, has goals he wants to complete.
At least it is one of their builders.
Is your rival here on this compound?
coming in.
Is your rival here on this compound?
Yes. Yes. Very well. The communications room. The communications room is in the north tower. It's not visible from the outside. You will have to climb there once you are inside the building. My rival. You will likely find him in or around the medical theater. He's the data analyst for what they collect.
And you want him dead, yes?
I wish direct harm to no one in the Great Unity.
Your goals would be further with him out living, yes?
That is logically correct.
And how would we
Do you-
manage getting out of this cart without being seen?
Oh, the guards were instructed to not come near here while I did a sweep for invading spirits and parasites. You have a clear shot to enter the building from one of the side doors or the loading area. We cut over to Peter, like approaching the loading docks. Peter,
Alright.
these are fairly stereotypical as far as docks go. There's some recessed bays where trucks can back in and be unloaded. Most of them are closed against the cold on the outside, but that doesn't have to remain that way. What would you like to do? There's also doors you could go through. But people are behind you who can't see you. What's going on with people?
So I'd like to take a look at the doors and, you know, get an idea of if they're all locked or if any of them are unlocked.
Funny enough, every door on this building has a card key lock.
Okay. Look at the guys behind me. Anyone seem to have like a card key hanging off their belt loop?
There would be roll perception alertness.
Two successes.
Two successes.
Getting by with things by the hair of our teeth.
Yeah. The people moving in and out of the loading bays cell with the supplies that are coming off of the train don't have their own keys for the doors. But the foreman with the clipboard does. And you see just the thinnest strip of a key sticking out from beneath his notepad that could be snatched with a high enough dex larceny roll.
Okay, I will make the attempt.
Give me a roll.
Can I use quick hands on this one?
Absolutely.
Two success.
I hate everything.
They botch again, Sans?
Yeah.
Not really, right?
I think.
Oh, they did. Oh god, they did.
Yeah.
So the work foreman who's in charge of the loading team is in the middle of talking to someone. Her build's maybe a little more feminine. She's still wearing the faceless mask thing that they all seem to be doing. They're talking about what they're gonna do this weekend off of work. He's thinking about having a barbecue. He's clearly flirting with his employee, and you just swipe the card. He's none the wiser.
Excellent. I would now like to use the card key on a door.
Oh yeah, it opens right up. Father Calloway, could I get a perception alertness from you?
Yes, you can. Difficulty standard?
Yeah.
7 successes.
Glorious. Thank the Lord. You catch sight of the child swiping a key card on a door like 20 feet away from you where you've approached the building.
I don't make it look too obvious, but due to all of the guards here seem to be entirely oblivious, I'm going to make my way to that door before it closes.
Oh. Dex Athletics, please. Because I don't think he's waiting any time really to slip through that door.
I'm gonna use a willpower. Difficulty?
Standard difficulty.
4 successes.
Yeah, 4 successes. Hey, Peter, can I get a perception alertness from you? Excellent. So you see a soldier in full disguise rushing the door that you are going through.
Okay.
With a golden eye. Because that's the
You
only
are
way I
wearing
can keep... Yeah, I
a
am wearing the
mask.
mask. Yeah, that's right. The only way I can keep making sure...
Which have shaders strong enough to deal with sunlight reflections on snow.
That's fair.
Okay, so Peter is gonna pull out his apame and basically lean against the wall on one side of the door and have Murderfang lean against the wall on the other side of the door.
Uh-huh.
To prep to ambush this fucker.
Excellent.
Okay. Question, since I still have the sense life going, do I see them cut her up against
Get
the wall?
to either side of the door? Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I just need to know. Okay, Murderfang absolutely knows it's Father Calloway, but still prepares to attack.
Okay. The soldier will stop in front of the door, look directly at where Peter is at, and go, Angel. And then proceed to walk through.
You're relying on a 12-year-old to remember a call sign.
Yes, 100%.
Stand down, Fang.
He's like moments away from biting into Calloway's cap. Got his mouth fully open.
It's the priest. He's friendly.
I knew it was the priest.
Why didn't you tell me?
I assumed you knew.
He looks like one of their soldiers, wearing their uniform.
But he smells like the old man.
My sense of smell is not as good as yours.
That sounds awful.
It can be, but also in other situations, like, driving through farm country, it's great.
Why?
Farm country stinks.
Why?
Because animals shit.
The excretions made by animals attract other things that I enjoy. You find those aromas repulsive.
Yes, most humans do.
I often find the smell of human feet disgusting. Something truly horrendous is happening around the human foot. Makes me angry.
I just started to actually like this cat now.
Well, I suppose I'll have to make sure I wash my feet then. Thanks for the tip.
That is appreciated. I will not maul the priest. And you guys enter the building. Beautiful, clean, stark lines in white and gray gunmetal framing. People in black doctor's robes or black leather pleather. Their uniforms look more modern than anything you've seen before. It is disconcerting for a moment. You're kind of like off the main entrance. You're in the loading area. It's going into all of the side rooms, but you can see the lobby down the hall from you. And you're pretty sure you see a werewolf in full Krynos form on a gurney being rolled past the end of the hallway by a team of what looks like doctors in black. But no one sees the two of you all the way down here.
Callaway. It's one of the Vics. Should we pursue?
Yeah. I don't like what they're probably going to do to him. And if I can fix it, I'm going to. Let's go.
Fang, take point. Let us know if anything's coming that we can't see.
Murderous Malk heads deeper into the facility. Also known as Murderfang. This is actually Murderfang stories. You were all...
We're all side characters to Murderfang's arc.
Yes, absolutely. You begin to move deeper into the facility. We move away from there. Not quite back to the train, because we've moved our second group away from there towards the communications tower. But first, the amphitheater, the card key that will get you where you need to go. This woman's key gets you through the front doors. I got booted off. I'm back. She lets you in. She gives you directions. I won't be seen with you. This is... Unless there is something else you need my assistance with, this is where I leave you. And you're in, like, another one of these hallways off of the main entrance. Colton and Connor.
I didn't plan on getting you caught. Which would be the quickest to finding... What was his name again?
She said Marcus, I believe.
Marcus.
Marcus, yes. Which direction would I go?
She points down a hallway in the opposite direction of the communications tower, towards the larger amphitheater on the side of the building. His office is at the end of the hall.
And what will I run into between here and there?
I would not cut across any of the main lobby to the side halls.
And the threats that lurk in the side holes. Why am I doing Allred voice? And the threats that lurk in the side holes.
Hello?
Can you hear me now? Hello?
Yeah.
Everything froze.
Are you still frozen?
I think
Hello?
I'm not frozen anymore. Can you hear me?
I can.
Yes, we can hear
Okay.
you.
Yeah, all of my shit reset for some reason. I was kicked off of Foundry and everything.
Oh, Jesus, your internet probably just
Oh,
crashed
yeah.
for a second.
I mean,
Yeah.
the Foundry cut off for me, but just
Yeah,
Foundry.
same.
Yeah, my Foundry ended too. And the threats that lurk in the side halls.
Don't get caught.
I forget. Does Connor, is he short in stature? Or is he like a normal sized person?
He's fairly normal. Where did
And where could we find two basic guard uniforms? Should something come up?
Oh yeah, 5'9".
Follow me.
I follow.
She leads you down a couple of hallways to a door. Opens the door, and inside looks like a very basic Spartan living quarters. She walks up to a glowing panel on the wall that has a bunch of different lights on it in different shapes and colors. And there is a cacophony of noise as her fingers dance across these symbols. You understand that it's technology?
Yep.
but not the technology itself.
Copy.
It looks like magic to you, but you know it's not.
Weird science. Gotcha.
Yeah. Actual science, according to them. There is no difference.
Just call it a mix of magic and science to me.
No, it's not magic. It's all science. And the panel opens up in the wall, and there are two crisp guard uniforms sitting there.
Connor, put this on.
Ooh, okay. Well, you got some strange stuff in here.
You're gonna have to leave behind your tools in your bag.
Hmm. That will do for now, I guess. But yeah, Connor will start changing. He will keep his revolver at least, but in the uniform, and his chisel to hide away on his person at some point somewhere.
Thanks.
Yeah, Cole or Gabriel will switch into his into the uniform as well.
Wonderful. Everyone is incognito now in one way or another. You are all in the facility, and you all seem to have a different plan. So, I'd love just a little, like, maybe an internal monologue from each of you on what the fuck is going on in your head, what your goal is to complete here in this facility right now, and what the immediate actions you'd like to take to accomplish that goal are. Separated as you are.
At least for our duo, I'll let Connor go first.
Connor.
Okay. Connor.
If you're ready to go, if you'd like someone else to go.
I guess I could go.
Okay.
But Connor is just thinking that Peter child is getting a little bit freaky for me. I don't know what whims he follows. Perhaps he's a bit closer to our archfey queen after all. And madness that drives, but I guess working with this fellow Gabriel's been pretty nice. Though it's kinda funky what he was doing with that lady. It looked so kinda strange. I haven't seen the like. But as long as I'm not dead yet, I guess I'll keep following them for now. Though, and probably his last thoughts are, ooh, I gotta take apart some of these if I could. They look kinda fun. At the various science tech that they got at this facility that he passed by, probably. But yeah.
A player character question. What do you want to do with the radios? Because I'm
Yeah,
kind of
that's what
I'm
I'm
kind of
trying to
going with
figure
you
out.
on that one.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out too.
Yeah,
Oh.
that is fully up to all of you. I do want to point out, Connor, that while this is innovative, while their technology is technically amazing, it lacks wonder. It's cold. It has no emotion or passion behind it. It is steps away from being banal in and of itself.
Oh.
Just giving you the vibe of their
Yeah.
technology.
As for my plans, I wanted to give a bit of talk with the rest of the radio systems, get a better layout on the land, because I have a will-o-whisper lets me talk to stuff like objects.
Are you trying to turn the radio into a sonar for your own communications to get a layout of the space?
Kind of. Kind of like asking, "Oh, is your friend? Have you seen any prisoners of the like, or something of that sort, of the yoke, or something?" Well, where does your people carry or often go to? Like just basic, yeah. Try to pulse and ask their system.
Okay, so that's what you want to do when you get to their
Originally.
communication system.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
I still support taking you there, but after that, I
That's
plan
a-
on destroying the communications.
So, Alistair is going to escort Connor on this mission. The first step of which is to acquire the card key that will get you access to the communications tower. And then, once you're in the communications tower, send out the pulse, find your objectives, then destroy their ability to communicate. Hopefully.
Ideally.
Yes. I like it. Anything else on Alabaster's mind while you're going into this? I just support the Fae doesn't fulfill the request I provided you players.
No. Currently, he's. I guess this would be his first thrall in years, so he's pretty entertained that it's actually a mage in the first place.
She's not a mage, she's a scientist.
You could. Okay. I've read the books. They're mages with an ego. Yeah, so he's kind of entertained and kind of wants to see if he can push her faith past what it currently is. Through actions, and that's kind of on the top of his mind. Like, if he can prove himself to her, maybe at some point she'll start to believe further and accept the fact that there is more to it than just a deal. Yeah, I think that's on his forefront.
I think what it is that you are misinterpreting what and who she is and what she believes. See, it's not that she doesn't believe in who you are and what you are, but having faith requires the ability to have doubt. And she understands how the universe actually functions. She's awakened to the higher order of creation's engine. She knows who you are, she knows what you are, and she respects you as one of its architects. But because she knows this truth, it makes it difficult for faith to take true root, because she understands objective truth. This would be a concept that you as a demon would be familiar with, but puzzled to perhaps have found in the 1960s.
Then I need to break her objective truth.
Okay. I see what you're going for. It will take time.
I didn't plan on doing it tonight.
That's good. Also, there's a time limit on what she'll provide for you.
The first deal is 10 days. What if she wants more?
Okay. I see you, little drug dealer of hell. It's fine. I'm not
Well,
bringing your demonhood into question. I'm just letting you know you're trying to put faith into a very coldly logical being, and it's gonna take a bit.
you should have played a devil, Colton.
I'm up
If
for the
you wanted to-
fucking challenge.
Yeah, I told you you would have enjoyed Devil. But
Yeah,
you were
Devil
like, yeah, I
is-
gotta be the Dev Angel Reaper.
Reapers are cool, though.
Reaper Slayers are so cool.
They are.
They're the edgiest of the edgelords.
Character concept wise, it worked. That's why I did it.
No, just to be fair, your character concept, it only makes sense to be a Slayer.
It does.
But
It's true. But you, Colton, would enjoy playing a devil.
devil.
Oh, I believe that 100%.
Yes. You slimy fuck. I'm kidding, I love you. Moving away though, I think, from there for the time being. Peter. What's your next step?
So Peter
Just following
is
Mel?
no. Peter is on mission. Right now, we are going to follow the gurney with the werewolf on it, and see where they take it. Because Peter's plan is basically get in there, and neutralize any doctors or scientists, and then Father Calloway can heal them, and we can free them, and then basically fight our way out. It's a smash and grab.
Yeah, I see. Father, and are you sharing that info with Calloway, or just expecting him to continue following you?
Yeah, I'm not thinking about sharing.
Father Calloway, I
That's
used to be
Oh,
following Peter.
So 100% Calloway is the hard part is done. Relatively, he's inside, and he is now full mission. Go, and knowing what he knows of werewolves from his time spent in Slough, this is a weapon that he can save, and is full ready to jump into a room and be Santa Claus and throw hands.
Yeah.
To save this, what he can. He knows that he, in his brain, like his deepest thoughts is, this is a monstrosity to science, to medicine, to even humanity as a full front, and is ready to put his... He's about to do what he was hired to do as a medic in the military. Stack bodies and unstack bodies.
Okay. Two of you are making after the wolf on the gurney. Team of scientists. You move down the hall. One of you in disguise, one of you hiding with magic.
And still using actual stealth.
And still using actual stealth, absolutely. As you close on the lobby where the gurney went past, there are splotches of you that appear in the field that you're creating around you. Like light is doing what light does, only it's acting like it's being observed and unobserved at the same time. And there are waves causing ripples, causing openings in the field, keeping light from touching you. It's not completely gone. And you're moving with enough stealth that no one sees you. But you are aware that the closer you get to the heart of this facility, the more magic seems to be suppressed.
Okay. In that case, I will actively stick to shadows.
Excellent. Calloway, dressed as a guard, marches on. You see a enormous opening area.
Okay.
There are benches in the foyer, is what I want to call it. But you see the hallway where the gurney is going, and you see them turn a corner down that hall. You see other people moving about up here, going in different directions. Some are going up a set of stairs, off in a back corner through another set of doors. You see an entrance to a cafeteria. This is the opening to a large production warehouse, basically, but for medical stuff, as near as you can tell.
Okay. He's keeping with his goal. He was here to save people. He's gonna do that. It may be a hell of a fight on the way out, but it's what Calloway was assigned to do.
Out here.
Excellent. So moving after the werewolf.
Yep.
You follow. The double doors that they go through have another keycard access. Still have a keycard.
I give a nod to like the direction of Peter. See if the key card works. We don't know what security level it is.
Peter will try the key card.
The light turns from red to green. The doors slide open, revealing a short hallway and another set of double doors with windows in them that you can see through. A large, kind of dark brown furred body just sort of laying limply. Because of how massive its chest is on the large gurney, you can see it like rising and falling and breathing shallowly. And the like underside, like stomach hair on the werewolf is just this deep auburn red.
Okay. Do I see people in the room?
You do. You see several doctors moving about them. You hear and see machines beeping.
I whisper over to Peter. Looks like they're prepping him for some kind of procedure. How many doctors do I see in there?
Well, you see 4 people directly in there, but they are all kind of in like medical scrubs. So it's hard to assume which ones are doctors and which ones are like medical assistants.
Yeah. Is my pulse still going of my life effect?
What do you mean?
So the life effect to pulse life so I can keep seeing Peter, is that still going?
Yeah.
Okay. In that room, or even beyond it, because it works in a small radius, do I sense people behind, like, observation glass that I wouldn't be able to see?
Your range isn't that far. You'd have to get closer. You'd have to go down the halls.
can't, Peter, I can't tell if people are watching them. I'd have to go further deeper to see if people are watching this procedure. Or we do the reckless thing and go in there.
Your call, Calloway.
Looking through the small window,
Yeah.
it looks like they're prepping for a procedure, correct? Like they're
Near
in
as you
scrub.
can tell, it looks like they are doing medical procedures of some kind. You don't recognize their instruments or tools or anything like that. It looks like a medical theater to you, though. Just more advanced than any you've ever seen before.
Okay. There is definitely almost somebody watching, Peter. But I don't think we have time to save him with whatever this technology is if we don't go now. He gets down to Peter's level. I want a child's perspective. What do you think is best?
I think we save him. That's what we're here for.
This could raise a lot of alarms.
Did you think that we were going to save people here and not alert anybody?
Fair enough. Calloway will stand up. He knows magic in this area is hard to do.
Uh-huh.
But he will take off the Nazi gloves where he still has the bandages from earlier for punching. Colton, I see that look. And I would like to activate a life effect to deconstruct life when he hits somebody.
So necrosis?
Yes, because I can harm and heal people with the life thing. I don't need entropy.
I get
I
what
can
you're going for. Give me an arte roll. Difficulty's gonna be 10.
I figured as much. And due to this is important, I am spending a...
It's also
You should probably spend
vulgar.
quintessence as well.
Oh, that's right, I can do that. But I'm gonna need some left over, so I'm gonna use 2 quintessence to lower the difficulty. Because I'm gonna definitely need some to heal this werewolf in still a high magic area. All the way, jump to bottom. 2 successes.
On the difficulty, yeah, okay, but yeah, you spent the willpower.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you can spread necrosis with your fists when you hit. It will induce necrosis where you hit and will likely cause lethal wounds on any mortal that it strikes. You are
Okay.
prepared to bust your way into this third surgical theater.
Yes, I am.
We're gonna cut away from you.
Okay. Before the alarm goes off, because it's coming.
Back over to Alabaster and Con. You are also by a medical amphitheater. The difference being is that you are near the main one, but you're not going to it. You're going to an office.
Correct.
On that office is a little plaque on the outside door with this dude's name and literally the title of data analyst underneath it as his job description. What would you two like to do? You've easily found where he is.
Alabaster will activate translate. And then military style knock on the door. Sir, permission to enter.
Ooh.
So it would be translated into a language that he would get that communication from.
Yes. It's just that not a lot of people call him sir.
Or doctor.
Yeah, that's fine. So you're not doing it out of deference. It's more of just a greeting
Yes,
with military Christmas.
correct.
Gotcha. Come in.
Alabaster will enter.
Yeah, fucking weasel looking of a man. He has. You've seen Ice Age, right?
Yes.
Okay. Whatever the thing is with the acorn, I don't know what animal it's supposed to be exactly. But picture hit that with like the weird, like kind of oblong head, but like a human. He's just a weird looking dude with big old Coke bottle glasses. Also covered in circuitry. Just in his skin. Which is kind of pale and fair. Brown hair, otherwise. Brown eyes.
He doesn't have like an antenna or anything poking out of him, does he?
No.
Okay.
An antenna. Guardian, what can I help you with?
I've been informed and asked to come get you. There is apparently an issue in the communications tower that they would need your help with.
The communications tower. Give me a manipulation subterfuge roll.
Okay.
Okay.
One success.
I'm gonna roll this above board. He only has 4 dice. He could fail. Only he didn't. He got 2 successes. Why would they need me at the communications tower?
Why would you expect me to know the answer? I'm just the messenger.
Yes, and why are you the messenger? Why didn't it simply be on... And he starts reaching for something on his desk.
Yeah, before he reaches whatever he reaches, I'm going to go ahead and use Extinguish Life.
I'm sorry. What's that look like for the class, since Connor is also there? Do share.
Okay, I'm not in my monstrous form at this point, so it's not a torment thing.
Part of you is gonna be using this.
I guess you would see his hands turn, like... everybody's seen a hag, right? The
Yeah, these
long
pictures of it.
fingers,
Yeah.
like... stretchy skin, almost decayed. his hand turns into that as he reaches out and grabs the wrist of this doctor.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
That's the actual system for it.
Yep, spend a faith point and roll strength awareness for me. This is the power Reapers are most feared for.
Yes, it is.
Well, unless he has 5 stamina.
No, he does not. So how does he die? What happens to him? How does yours take effect?
Well, going with the cold aura, his face turns blue. And it almost looks like he died in the frozen cold.
So it's truly unnatural looking death.
Indeed, but that's why I also have decay.
Oh, okay. So you kill him, take his keycard, and then decay his body so there's no evidence.
Yes.
Gotcha. I am caught up. Connor, anything to say about what you're witnessing?
What a gobshite just happened?
There's
Connor, you got intelligence occult?
I got intelligence gray mirror.
I'll take it.
Three successes.
3 successes. You cannot help the sense. You know what he is. It's kind of been at the back of your mind this whole time. I don't know if it was ever confirmed to Connor completely. Alabaster is a Reaper. An Angel of Death. And from what you can tell, likely one of the Fallen. Which is a whole world of complicated that Fays tend to not like to have in their lives. But I'll let you decide how you react to it. The dude dies, you have a keycard, his body is destroyed. All you need to do now is go to the communications tower.
Can I ask what he was reaching for?
Yes. A device of some kind? Looks like a phone, maybe.
Easily can assume it was some sort of communication or alerting thing.
Sure. Yeah, that's probably safe.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and pocket his keycard.
Mhm.
Did you say that out loud, by the way, Ziraj? What the bollocks just happened?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll make sure I don't incur your wrath. You're one of some old ancient fae of a death. Diamonds. The people autumn calls them, I think. But I'll think about it a bit more. It's a little bit sudden for me.
It seemed like we would have been caught up in something I did not want to be involved in if I didn't do what I did.
Of course, of course. Well, I guess we got the card.
You do have the key card you need to break into the communications room. You head out, you have directions, you know where you're going. You reach the door into the communication tower. I assume swipe the key.
Mm-hmm.
And as the door opens, it opens upon the medical theater where Father Calloway is now about to start throwing hands at doctors. And I would love an attack roll from you, please, against the first defenseless doctor.
Yeah, see, he literally busts through the door, and the first doctor that looks at him is getting punched in the mouth.
Can Peter and Murderfang jump in on that initial engagement as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and you could also give me an attack roll for the killings.
Difficulty because they're
Killings.
surprised.
We're just going standard. Yeah, they don't get to defend themselves. That's the benefit you get. So all of your successes will go through.
It's only one. The amount of ones, but I was rolling hot earlier, so it's fine.
It still connects though.
Okay. I didn't set up my fist. I believe that's just strength, is what the damage is of fist.
Correct.
And then it's my alright. So strength. I'll just roll it at difficulty 6.
Peter also only rolled one success, but Peter would like to use one use of lucky to reroll that.
Sure. Three successes. Yeah, so here's kind of what this is looking like so far. Two of these people are normal humans, and they're cut down like wheat. All I needed was for you to hit them for any amount of lethal damage. Two of them are enlightened. One of them is cut down by Murderfang. The other one turns and looks, screams in surprise as blood and viscera fly about the medical theater. We smash cut away from there. Back to Alabaster and Connor, swiping their key at the doors to the communication center. The doors slide open with a whoosh. There is a whirring sound as the communications room is revealed. A wall of screens against the far back wall of the room that you're in shows all sorts of video feeds for the complex. But the whirling sound, the whirring noise of powered machinery moving, of servos warming up, is coming from a bit closer to you near the center of the room, where a man, not a man, but a bipedal shape bit of machinery shifts and turns in the direction of the door. The red light of its seeker eye falls on the door. Authorization. Authorization. We cut back to the medical amphitheater. The man who's screaming for his life. Activate Project Alpha Star! Subject 4! And the werewolf's body on the table begins to jerk violently. And that's where we're going to call game for this.
Oh. I'm about to have to stack a body and unstack it again. Damn it.
So yeah, I hope everyone's excited.
I am.
Real quick, 1 XP for being here. 1 XP for some very entertaining roleplay tonight, and also not working as a group.
It's a common denominator on Sundays to not work in a group setting.
Again, this is their first mission together, figuring out
It
things.
is. I'm not saying I'm not delighted by what's been happening, but I am calling it out. Certainly 1 XP for danger. You may have evaded the danger, but it was still present. You could have fought. You did not. And also, I'd love to give you guys 1 XP just for giving... You are all such enormous pains in my ass. But it's fun. Do your shoutouts. 2 apiece.
Alright, +1 to Connor for, again, the fantastic accent. And literally,
so good.
I felt it when you said the blimey part.
When I said gobshite.
Yes, the gobshite. I felt it. And the other +1 is gonna go to the demon for trying to break a science mind into religion.
Partially successful. We'll see in a few sessions.
Yeah, exactly.
So mine, 1 to Gabriel for hating my kitty, and the other one is going to Callaway for being a gung-ho preacher.
First one goes to Hootie for, joining me in on a stealth mission and then immediately attacking the minute that I didn't even think it was possible to be recognized. But fuck it, full send. I'll give the second one to the Fae that was like, "Oh, you're a demon. I'm not gonna fuck with you." That was funny. Good runner-up with the going in fists ablazing into a room that you shouldn't have gone in.
Hey.
Hey, I'm just saying some of you are going to fight a Krynos werewolf that has been turned into a cyborg zombie, and some of you are going to be fighting Mark 1 power armor. So, we'll see who does the best. But that's all for Sanguine Horizons and World of Fractured Shadows this week.
Don't we have one
Oh,
more person shout
wait.
out?
Yeah.
What were you? Did
My
we miss
shout
Rogers? I'm
outs.
so sorry.
Yeah,
Please do
yeah.
yours.
Was one for Callaway for Priest that tried to raid in Peter, and one for Peter for how casually he treats with the murder cat, but the murder cat's the murder cat.
The murder cat, murder cats.
Well, what a great split. That's
Uh,
5 across the board. Or, no, 6 across the board. Everybody got one from each person.
yeah. So that will do it for this week's episode of World of Practice Shadows. Tune in this Thursday for Althea Broken, and of course next weekend for more Transylvania Chronicles and this. Good night, everyone.
Good
Bye.
night.
Night.